bet you were thinking these were real anamorphic shots. Nah, you probably didn't think that. But they're all fake. Stick around and I'll tell you how I made them. Hey guys, welcome. So the reason why I came all the way out here to tell you guys is I got a 3D printer and I've been making anamorphic filters and it's been really fun. That's it. That's all I did. That's all I'm doing. That's it. That's this video. I'm kidding. Okay, so like I said, I got a 3D printer. And so far, it's been really fun trying to solve the problem of creating a good anamorphic filter. So let's talk about why this video came to be. Well, I am a filmmaker, and just like all of the other filmmakers that I look up to, they all, not they all, but probably majority of them love anamorphic format film. I started wondering what those things were, and when I started looking at what those lenses do, I was very captivated by it. They just look so freaking cool. And if you go to if you go to movies, maybe not during this time, but if you go to the movies, a lot of them use that signature look, and it's what the lens it's the lens that gives it that look. So those lenses, even though they're really cool, cost a lot of money. I can't justify buying even the Sirui anamorphic lenses at the moment, because I just don't film a lot of cinematic stuff, and from what I've seen is they're kind of soft, and I like to shoot wide open. I just prefer the wide open look. I know some people stop theirs down, but with today's camera, like I'm filming on the A7S right now, and it has pretty good autofocus, so it's able to keep up with, hopefully it's able to keep up with filming me just sitting down right here. I mean, it's not that hard. Even my GH5 could probably do this. But what are the advantages of me printing my my little 3D printed anamorphic lens caps? Let's just call it that. I don't lose the autofocusing capability of my camera and my lens. My setup is not as cumbersome. I can just set it up right here and it's ready to go. It's not as bulky. I guess that falls into cumbersome as well. But anamorphic lenses, at least the good ones that I've seen, they're huge. They're really hard to, for me at least, from the stuff that I kind of played with, they're hard to focus with. Ease of use, it's it's not that easy. I know in movie sets they have a person that's just dedicated to following someone's focus. What else? Oh yeah, that brings me to my other thing, that my other gripe with anamorphic lenses is they are super expensive. I just can't justify spending all that money on something that is very niche-ish. I do, for my job, I do a lot of recap videos, a lot of promo videos. I don't do a whole lot of cinematic clips. Most of my clips only last for 1 to 2 seconds, and then I move on to a different subject. My line of work doesn't call for it, but with this, I'm able to provide that oval bokeh and have that kind of. I mean, I'll have that look, and I know I can't fool some of the pros out there, but to me at least, this the bokeh on this video looks pretty cool. I really enjoy it. So the winds are kind of picking up, so I put this thing on. Here it is, if you guys are curious about my sound setup. So yeah, I'm just gonna start showing you some B-roll recorded with the anamorphic lens cap / filters that I printed, and I'll talk to you about how I made them and what kind of 3D printer I used. It was very cheap. It was only $100 at Walmart, mind you. So that was kind of fun and surprising. So yeah, there's a dog barking in the background. Anyways, let's get right into it. guys, so let me preface this by saying I am no one special. I am just a guy who tinkers a lot. So if I can do this, you can do this. Let's talk about what printer I used. I used a MakerPi Mini. I am not necessarily the best 3D printer guy out there. This is my first attempt into getting into 3D printing, but overall I really enjoy using this machine. Granted, this is my first machine. I think it's pretty easy and fun to use. All you have to do is insert the SD card that has the STL file. Actually, it's a G-code file into the back of the 3D printer. And it pretty much makes whatever you want to make, as long as it fits within the 100mm by 100mm dimensions that the printer has. There's two things that I am really annoyed about this printer, and I won't really give you guys an in-depth review about this printer because I feel like I don't have the authority to give an in-depth review, but I am just gonna give you my thoughts on this machine. But the only two things that bothered me again about this machine is the way that the filament holder sometimes bunches up, and sometimes on the print bed, I think that's what it's called, the plastic gets bunched up and creates all these fuzzy thingies, and the print head will sometimes lift whatever you're printing up, and it causes all sorts of shenanigans. But other than that, I don't really have any problems with this printer. It does what I want it to do, and most of it is usually just me tinkering and trying to figure out the right print settings, the right physical dimensions of what I'm trying to print. I use this thing called Tinkercad. Unlike AutoCAD, this is not expensive and totally free. I'm not gonna go ahead and tell you guys how to do things because I myself had a hard time trying to figure things out because I don't live in the CAD world. If you are planning to go ahead and do a lot of 3D printing and you don't really have the budget for AutoCAD, I recommend Tinkercad. It took me a bit to get the hang of it, but eventually I got the hang of it. They have a lot of features that you can play with. I basically just used the most basic tools to create what I needed to create. I mean, the thing that I was trying to make is just a circle with a hole in it. So there you go. It was not hard. Don't be scared to get into this app and just create. So I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. So getting into 3D printing, I suggest giving yourself some grace and some time to learn. There is a learning curve when it comes to this. It was very fun trying to figure things out. It was a lot of trial and error to get the right shape, the right oval, but ultimately I ended up with something that I really like, and I got to practice something that I really have been wanting to get into for a while. Overall, just be patient. You can figure this out and you're gonna make something amazing. Or a fake anamorphic lens cap filter thingy. That's also pretty cool. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. If you're a new person and this is your first video that you watch from me, thank you. And I hope you enjoyed it. And to the people that have been subscribed to my channel and continue to keep watching and engaging in the comments down below, I am very grateful for every single one of you. Anyways, guys, I'm just gonna end this video here, and I hope you have a good life and you make good choices.